Alright guys, so today I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about Siete Misterios Tobala. Um, and I'm going to tell you a little bit first about the actual brand itself, how it all got started. It all started with two brothers, Julio and Eduardo. They would travel to Oaxaca, family vacations. They would just go there to escape the city. They loved drinking mezcal, and that was the only place they could find it. Mezcal was not available in Mexico City, so every time they went on vacations, they were like, let's go to Oaxaca, let's drink some mezcal. As they traveled to different towns, they started to realize how every town had a different variation of mezcals, different flavor profiles, like completely like different one from another. So they started to kind of collecting bottles. They would just go town to town, different regions of Oaxaca, until they actually had pretty much, they say in an interview, they had like a speakeasy mezcal in their own home, where that's all they would serve their family and friends. They just fell in love with it. So in 2010, they partnered with the Amador family. They are from Oaxaca, from Sola de Vega.
Sola de Vega.
And they
We've been there.
Awesome, yeah. And they partnered with them, and they wanted to create this brand of mezcal that would be. The intent of it was to keep the traditional production of mezcal. So they partnered together, and that's how Siete Misterios was born. They started this in 2010, so they're only about 11 years old. But they've come a very, very long way since then. This specific bottle right here is going to be the Tobala, and as you guys have talked about, that type of mezcal already is a small plant. It doesn't flower. It only reproduces by seeding, and then also Tobala's growing period is 12 to 15 years. So this is what they use for this specific bottle. The mezcaleros vary from batch to batch with Siete Misterios. They do have some repeating mezcaleros, but because it doesn't always happen like that, one batch could be, the flavor profile could be very different from the next batch. This specific bottle, the mezcalero, is Don Eleuterio Ogario, and he also works on another type of mezcal from the same brand of Siete Misterios. So a lot of people that get these bottles, if they get different mezcaleros, they might find different notes in the tasting. So everybody online can say, make sure you check who's your mezcalero, what batch it was, what year it was from, because it could be very, very different, but the quality is still there, This specific bottle is a 2016 batch. They made 720 bottles for this one specifically, and this is bottle number 347 with the ABV of 49.3, which is usually what it averages. Usually it's anywhere from 48 to 50. Again, it all depends on the mezcalero. Some of the tasting notes that I saw online, people commenting about it, was coffee, chocolate, and tobacco. I haven't tried it. We're all going to try it, so I want to see what you guys think about it as well. But yeah, this is Siete Misterios Tobala. The reason why I picked this bottle, or this specific brand, was because I loved the artwork of the bottle. It was very unique, very appealing to the type of art and stuff that I like. So I did a little bit of research on it as well. It is inspired by Jose Guadalupe Posada.
You have a book.
Which, ironically, I borrowed a book about 2 weeks ago from Angela about him. I looked at it and I was like, it's interesting. So obviously there's a pattern there. I like his artwork, and the people behind Siete Misterios, they got inspired by him. He was a political lithographer who lived in the 19th century. He would do a lot of artwork with calaveras, the skulls. He would do his drawings to convey political messages as well as cultural critiques and stuff like that. among some of his most famous work is La Catina. So all the different models of Siete Misterios are going to have some sort of skull figure, which I love. I think they're very unique. They're very cool. And yeah, I think we should go ahead and try it and see what you guys think.
I'm glad you went over the artwork for that, because actually if you look at the models in the line, they actually tell the entire story from start to finish.
Okay.
I was never able to find the whole story. They tell, on the website it said the labels tell a story from start to finish, and it's like the story of like a family like growing up, having a kid, that family growing up, and then dying. Duh, because you know, skulls. And it's almost like I never realized that artistic connection to you pointing out. It's almost as if labels like Escalon are taking inspiration from the same thing.
It's a very influential artist for sure.
Yes, a lot of people in Latin America, a lot of cartoonists and artists people take a lot of influences from his work. So obviously they did it for their labeling, and I think it works. And I don't know if it's because I keep trying more and more mezcal, but I really like this.
Yeah, this is definitely like leather and tobacco for sure.
Tobacco for sure.
Tobacco and chocolate. I got chocolate when I smelled it.
Yeah.
It's very short,
Why is my camera?
which is
It's
good.
beautiful.
And then
It really-
it sits on like
really
the
good.
side of your tongue, and it evaporates almost immediately. It's not really thick.
I love this one actually.
The,
And on a sidebar note, this is the most expensive bottle we have in house.
This one?
I'm pretty sure.
I was gonna ask.
You've said
is
that
also
was
very
something
cool.
else before.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask,
until we get
like-
Jose Cuervo de la Familia. This is $27 or 27 or 29 an ounce.
How much?
So it matches all the Hogorios as well. Just as a side note.
Okay.
It is a 2016 distillation, so this is not
Yeah.
findable. These bottles are irreplaceable. I think we
Yeah.
have
Don't throw
one more.
him away. Don't throw him away. Like,
They are not replaceable.
You mean when they're empty?
And they are a delight. Like, this is one that I think is absolutely worth it. Hogorio, I think, is more rewarding sometimes when you try it. But I've always loved this bottle, and I've always
This
loved
is a
Siete
great
Misterios,
one.
even since like before I even worked here. I came in here. I drank.
Really?
Well, I was the one who drank the Coyote into the ground.
Where did
Me,
you-
me and Christopher drank all the Coyote that was in house, and then everyone had to buy more Coyote.
I hope you paid for it.
The Siete Misterios Coyote is gnarly.
Damn,
No
I
one
didn't
liked
know
it because it
that.
tasted like pickles and like burnt meat.
And you're like,
it was
that's my shit.
wonderful, absolutely
yeah.
wonderful.
Awesome.
So
Any
it's,
questions?
Yeah, any questions, anybody?
I honestly had never noticed the artwork until you said it, so I'm glad that you said it.
It's it's
I always overlook this brand completely, actually, just because I don't know anything about it.
Did you learn anything special about the Tobala plant in terms of like what makes it unique compared to the other agaves? Like if there's anything unique other than like the flavor profile?
So as far as for this brand, the brand itself for Siete Misterios, I did read a little bit that they do a little bit of climate control.
Okay.
So I'm guessing there's. I couldn't find too much information on it, but again, it's because it depends on the mezcalero who's working that batch as well. So, but that's why I said a lot of people online were saying check what batch it is, what year it is, and where your mezcalero is, because the flavors are going to change a little bit. Sometimes not very noticeable, but there are times where even though it's the same Tobala bottle, is going to have a different flavor profile because of the Tobala, the area it grew, and who did it, and all that.
Do you
So-
guys want to do a little bit of input on Tobala?
Yeah, what I've been reading about it is that for people who are already drinking mezcal and are already into it, at least to a degree, that's the agave species that they're seeking. Like
The most?
Yeah, they're because they know about espadín and they're kind of done with it. They're like, what's next? Tobala is catching the attention of a lot of people. It's becoming very desirable. I guess because people are realizing that it's delicious, and it's also not as rare as like a Karwinski, so people have plenty of access to it, at least in places like New York, or, you know, the bigger cities that have bigger liquor selections.
Cool. Awesome.
You do?
Yeah, it's this in terms of purchasing power. You'll see more if a bar is going to have a high-end mezcal and they are smart about it. They will try to buy a Tobala. I say in general, there is more Karwinskis growing. Like Tobala is a rarer agave, right? Or am I wrong on that one? I'm not sure. I don't actually know. I was always told.
You were
that-
saying that
I was always told that Tobala was rarer, and that's why one reason why it's more expensive.
It takes
It's harder. It's rare because there's less of it.
and the growing
Right.
period.
Yeah.
So I
freely
found two
found.
sources. One said the growing period was 12 to 15 years. The other one said it was up to 30 years for the plant to actually fully
Woo.
grow. So that might be another reason why
Yeah.
the price goes, so much higher, because whatever they do have, they have to wait many years before they can harvest
Yeah.
it and make them a stock.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
demand, right? Like
And
people
the
want
demand,
it.
people
So
want it,
Right.
but you gotta wait for it. So whatever's out there, it's gonna be expensive. So
Cool. Well, good job.
thank you guys.
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you.
so